on it at age 6. What does that mean to you? Tell us a little bit about Rumi and how excited
Well,
she is.
Rumi is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator. And so, I mean, how could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is creativity and fashion and the whole thing.
What is Sir interested in?
Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashion stuff as much.
Girl Solange has had enough of people running their mouths about her nephew, Sir Carter. She's done staying silent, and now it looks like she's stepping in to clear the air once and for all. You already know Solange doesn't mess around when it comes to her family, and this time, the chatter about Sir and all those autism rumors, it's gone way too far. This gossip has been floating around for years, but things exploded after Sir's twin sister, Rumi, popped up during Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter moment on stage. That one appearance sent fans into a frenzy. Some folks swore that Rumi showed signs of being on the spectrum, while others were convinced it was all a big distraction, that Beyoncé only brought Rumi out to take the heat off of Sir and shift the spotlight. But guess what? That little stunt didn't shut anything down. If anything, it stirred the pot even more. So now Auntie Solange is stepping in, and true to her fiery spirit, she did not hold back. So, is she actually confirming that Sir is on the spectrum? And seriously, what took her so long to finally address this? Solange didn't come to play. She came with words, and she came loud. Fans first started whispering about Sir possibly being on the spectrum because of how low-key his public presence has been. Unlike his twin, Rumi, who's been seen way more often, Sir's been kept out of the spotlight. Then came those quick flashes of him in Beyoncé's Renaissance film, and some viewers said his behavior in front of the camera looked different. His reactions, his body language, everything. And just like that, the rumors reignited like wildfire. Meanwhile, Rumi's been out here living that star life, modeling for Ivy Park, showing up at the Super Bowl, and just glowing front and center. She's everywhere. And that made Sir's quiet, almost invisible presence stand out even more. Like, how come we're constantly seeing Rumi in the limelight, but Sir, barely a glimpse? Naturally, people started asking questions. Is there something Beyoncé and Jay-Z are purposely hiding? Some fans tried to keep it respectful, thinking maybe they just want to protect his peace and privacy. But others, they went deep down the conspiracy rabbit hole, jumping straight to the theory that something might be medically going on. What began as casual curiosity quickly turned into full-blown investigation mode. People started analyzing every single moment they could find of Sir, slowing down videos, zooming in on photos, trying to spot signs of autism like they had some secret degree in child psychology. Then it got even more intense when folks started pulling up receipts from Beyoncé's pregnancy journey. That was no easy ride. During her twin pregnancy, Bey dealt with serious complications, like preeclampsia, which forced her into an emergency C-section. And it was scary. Reports said one of the twins' heartbeats even stopped at points. In that Raw Vogue interview, Beyoncé opened up. I was 218 pounds the day I gave birth to Rumi and Sir. I was swollen from toxemia and had been on bed rest for over a month. My health and my baby's health were in danger, so I had an emergency C-section. We spent many weeks in the NICU. I was in survival mode and did not grasp it all until months later. After the C-section, my core felt different. It had been major surgery. Beyoncé once said, "Some of your organs are shifted temporarily, and in rare cases, removed during delivery." Like, do people even realize how brutal that is? She wasn't just recovering from childbirth. She was trying to bounce back from a full-on body breakdown. I needed time to heal, to recover, she said. And not everyone seems to get that. Still, some fans are out here connecting the dots, convinced that Beyoncé's preeclampsia might have caused developmental issues for Sir. And they're using that to back up all these autism theories. Now let's be real, there's no solid research confirming that link. But these internet detectives are fully bought in. They're acting like it's a medical mystery they just have to solve. Things really got heated when people claimed Beyoncé might have low-key hinted at Sir being on the spectrum during an interview. When talking about her daughter, she said she wanted them to see themselves as CEOs, as bosses, people who can write the script for their own lives, speak their minds, and never feel boxed in. Sounds super empowering, right? But when it came to her son, the vibe was totally different. She said, "I hope to teach my son not to fall victim to what the internet says he should be, or how he should love. I want to create better representations for him, so he's allowed to reach his full potential as a man, and to teach him that the real magic he possesses in the world is the power to affirm his own existence." That right there, fans took that real personal, like she was hinting at something deeper, something emotional and complex. Then came the celebrity chaos. Azalea Banks, always ready to stir the pot, accused Beyoncé and Jay-Z of keeping Sir hidden to dodge public judgment. Azalea Banks came swinging with no filter. She tweeted, "And stop hiding your son from the world, sis. People will find out sooner or later, and you're really gonna look like a piece of crap for being ashamed of your own child." Whoa, that wasn't just shade, that was a straight up accusation. And the internet lit up like fireworks. But then, Kanye West jumped in and made the whole situation even messier. He said, "Wait, has anyone ever seen Beyoncé and Jay-Z's younger kids? There were, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having children is a choice. If Twitter takes my post down, then so be it. But I need y'all to know, Jay-Z or nobody has no power over me." Now, since Ye used to roll deep with the Carters, folks started thinking maybe he's dropping a real clue. He didn't spill any direct info, but his words had people reading between the lines like it was some secret code. Once those celeb comments hit the timeline, it was on. The rumors took on a life of their own. Fan pages, gossip blogs, even mainstream media started digging into the drama. Some were saying the Carters are just super private when it comes to Sir, while others were dead certain they were hiding something serious. Everyone had a theory, and the internet became a war zone of speculation. A lot of fans truly believed Beyoncé and Jay-Z were just doing what any protective parents would do, keeping their son out of the chaos. But that didn't stop the rumor mill, and since the power couple almost never addresses personal gossip, their silence just gave people even more space to run wild with their own wild stories. But word on the street, Solange is officially done. She's sick of sitting back while strangers dissect her nephew's every move like he's some puzzle to solve. According to reports, she's had it with people analyzing Sir's behavior and jumping to conclusions about his health. Let's be real, this totally tracks. Solange has always been that ride or die auntie. She does not play when it comes to her nieces and nephews. The moment the internet starts running wild with rumors, she's usually the first to clap back and remind everybody that her family's business is nobody's playground. And now, she's done watching people pick apart her nephew's life like it's up for public debate. According to fresh reports, Solange thinks this whole situation is beyond messed up. People out here dissecting a child's health without a shred of proof? Yeah, she's not having it. She sees all the so-called concern and speculation as straight up invasive, especially since Sir is still a kid and barely even in the public eye. Yet somehow folks are zooming in on every grainy clip, every blurry photo, trying to turn his silence into a diagnosis. And to Solange, that's not just nosy, that's dangerous. She believes all this spotlight pressure on Sir, who's never asked to be famous, just isn't fair. He's a kid, not a storyline. And with his twin sister Rumi constantly showing up at events, on runways, and in Beyoncé's visuals, the comparisons never stop. That contrast, it's only making the situation worse. A lot of fans are totally backing Solange. They agree. Dragging a child into internet gossip and throwing out medical guesses can do real harm, not just to Sir, but to any kid in a similar situation. These fans respect Solange's stance and think she's absolutely right to step in and protect her nephew with everything she's got. But not everyone sees it that way. Some believe the responsibility to speak up falls on Beyoncé and Jay-Z, not Solange. They're the parents after all. And their silence? It's only making the situation spin even further out of control. To be fair, the Carters have always been extra private about their family life. Every photo, every video, every glimpse of the kids is tightly curated. Whether it's a quick concert clip or a quiet social media post, Beyoncé and Jay-Z are intentional with what they share. But with Sir barely making appearances at all, that low-key vibe has actually made fans more suspicious. The mystery just keeps growing, and so do the questions. Mama Tina is one of the very few family members who's ever spoken openly about Sir Carter, and what she revealed was super telling. In an interview, she shared that Sir loves reading, is really into electronics, and is quiet, thoughtful, and crazy smart. She even mentioned his favorite story, one about the smallest tree turning out to be the most powerful. Sweet, right? But fans aren't all convinced. Some think it's starting to feel like overkill. They're wondering if the family's trying too hard to paint a certain image, like they're overcompensating to distract from the rumors instead of just telling it straight. The comparisons haven't stopped either. People have been lining Beyoncé up against celebs like Toni Braxton, who's always been open about her son, Diesel, being diagnosed with autism at just 3 years old. Now 22, Diesel's not only thriving, he just graduated from Howard University. Toni said it best. A lot of times parents are in denial because they want to think their child is perfect, but it's just that these kids have to be taught differently. I've been embracing that. He's a wonderful kid. Toni's transparency earned her tons of praise, and fans are now using her story to criticize Beyoncé. They're accusing her of hiding Sir instead of speaking up and getting support out in the open. But make no mistake, Solange is not sitting back anymore. She's fed up with folks talking slick about her nephew. So if you've got something reckless to say, Don't even think about saying it around her. Because one thing about Solange, she will defend her family, with words or hands if it comes to it. So now, it's your turn. What do you think about all this? Do you agree with Solange? Think the Carters are doing the right thing, or should they speak up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like, smash subscribe, share this video if you're feeling it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.